Hello everyone and welcome to History 274 Week 2. So I hope everyone had a really good week getting back to class and getting adjusted to your schedules, whether you're in class, doing all online. Hopefully everything was smooth for our discussions this week as well. So today it's Saturday, so we always begin our modules on a Saturday and goes to the following Sunday. So I know a lot of you are still working on replying to other students' posts from the first week on Flipgrid. So make sure you also do that as well and post your get to know on Flipgrid too. Okay, so this week we're going to continue into our second week of our first module of the new military history. But I'll still like you to make sure you understand the syllabus carefully. If you want to read that again, I would encourage it. But we're going to read a few different articles now about the new military history, but we're going to kind of expand on that and look at our first real conflict example. So we're going to go back to the 1630s and look at the Pequot War that involved the Pequot tribe, Connecticut, Massachusetts colonies, and even the Narragansetts. Okay, so it's going to be kind of a neat, interesting reaction of different military cultures all combining on the battlefield and what happens to that. So what happens when different military cultures that have different rules of war and different understandings of war meet, and those misunderstandings, creates a lot of conflict and things will come out of that. So we're going to look at that issue. It's a really fascinating issue on multiple levels. So we're in this part 2 of module 1. We have all the articles posted for you. And here are the discussion questions. And again, I know on Flipgrid, within 10 minutes, it might be hard to go over every single question. So kind of pick and choose ones that you think are the most important, the ones that you thought were the most interesting. Make sure you do, though, talk about multiple readings. Don't just talk about the first reading. Jennings has some great ideas about the Pequot. Hirsch's ideas are a little bit different. But the Carr article is absolutely essential because he talks about reciprocity and the rules of war. We need to understand that. Now, the Cone article is a little bit different. It talks about the social motivations of soldiers and why soldiers get involved in military conflicts, what's their motivation to join, enlist, and so forth. That's a little bit outside of the other issues, but still very important. We're going to use it a lot later. Okay, so Carr and Cone are kind of like foundational theoretical pieces, but Carr gets into the Pequot War in much more detail than Hirsch and Jennings does. So those are the articles that we're going to read this week. So again, make a video post of your comments on Flipgrid. Take notes while you're reading because you're going to need these notes later for other writing assignments. So make sure as you're reading, you're highlighting, you're annotating your copies, you're taking good notes so you can go back and write later about these issues. Okay, but make your video post to Flipgrid. Okay, and that's due by Wednesday, September 2nd. Okay, now by Sunday, I'm asking you to watch about a 20-minute video about the Pequot War, the massacre at Mystic. It's Fort Mystic. It's an Edpuzzle assignment, so you got to click on here. Make sure you made your Edpuzzle account. The easiest way might be to log in with your Google account through Niagara and watch that video. At the end of the video, a question will appear. Make sure you answer the question exactly within Edpuzzle. So as you're watching the video, take some notes, you can pause it and so forth, and then you're going to make some connection between the video and what you read. So you got to really read this material first before you actually do the video, because I want you to make some connections back and forth. Now, I know it doesn't seem like too much because these are really kind of quick little assignments. I want you to go through, I'm going to show you this momentarily. We're going to look through the Journal of Military History table of contents, just the website of the Journal of Military History. I'm going to ask you to find one article, has to be an American military history topic, that you think is a good example of this new military history. And all I want you to do is copy the article title and abstract in the discussion with an explanation, paragraph or so, of how you think it's related to the new military history. You just post it right to the Canvas, the discussion. That's by Sunday the 6th. And lastly here, what kind of content, I have 3 really short accounts, about a page each, about 3 pages of reading of the Pequot War, primary sources from 3 different points of view, which I'll show you momentarily. And you're going to fill out a Google Doc about that as well. And you're going to submit that Google Doc to the assignment drop. Okay? And then please respond to at least 3 or 4 other students' reading posts on Flipgrid by Sunday. Okay? So again, please, I really want your feedback. I want you to know if things are working well in this course. If you feel the pacing is going well for you, if you feel the workload is going well, and be honest with me if you think it's not, because again, I really want your feedback. It really means a lot to me that we have that. All right, so let's go into Canvas here. So there's the action sheet for Module 2, or for really Module 1, Week 2, I should say, Part 2. There's a discussion for Jennings and Hirsch. Remember, you don't have to post any text here. All I did here was just give you the discussion questions again and a link to the Flipgrid, but you can get that off the action sheet as well. Here are your readings: the Hirsch, Jennings, Carr, and Cohn reading. Here's the video again, but again, you could get off the action sheet, but just here's the link to that video assignment. But you do have to go here for the new military history examples assignment. So here it is. It's a discussion. You don't have to reply to anybody else's this discussion. You're going to go to this website. You can pick any volume you want. It goes back many years here. We just pick one, January 12th. And there's a lot of different articles, and some are from European history, some are from, African history and different cultures and so forth. I want you to have one that's an example of United States history. All right, some of them might not even had it. Spanish-American War. So here's one, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. And read the abstract. Do you think it's an example of the new military history? If this one was, you would copy it, and then you would go back to the discussion, just paste it, and then underneath that, type up a paragraph or so of how you think that title and abstract is related to the new military history, and submit it. That's it. Not too bad. And then lastly, here are the primary source analysis readings. So here are the readings. This is a PDF down here. It's 3 readings. And this is a little bit different. So you're going to open up this discussion. It's an assignment job, actually. You're going to click on this link. Now it's going to force you to make a copy of a Google Doc into your Drive. Just say, OK, make a copy. And we're done here. And it looks like this. Put your name. And I want you to give me significant points, bullet points here from the document, just kind of like notes you'd have from this person's perspective. Give me one direct quote from the document you think was most significant. Analyze the author's bias or point of view. So what point of view do you have about this battle and this incident? And then try to make a direct connection to the Jennings and Hirsch article. And please try to find one quote from Jennings or Hirsch that you think relates to this primary source and explain the connection. So we're trying to make connections back from the secondary source, the Jennings and Hirsch articles, to the primary source. Same thing here for the Mason account. And the last account is from a Pequot. So you got 3 different accounts of the Battle of Mystic. 2 are from a European perspective, and 1 is from a native perspective. And we're trying to look at those different perspectives, points of views, and biases. And when you're done, I'm going to ask you to save that as a PDF. All you do is go to File, download it as a PDF, save it someplace, and then go to this assignment job and upload it here. Okay, so that's all you have to do. And there's also directions at the end of the action sheet on how to make a PDF from a Google Doc. All right, so that is our week. I am posting some rubrics that I'm using for your discussions. So if you go back into the module discussion here, so make sure you saw those in case you missed it for the first week. If we go into the discussion, I will grade the discussion here as an assignment. I am posting some rubrics, so you can kind of go look at the rubric. This is the rubric that I'm using as you make your discussion posts on Flipgrid. So it can be used for both a text post or a video post. So make sure you are looking at that rubric. Okay, that's important. All right, actually that's not the right rubric. I will fix that. I wanted the rubric for a discussion. So I will delete that. And let me fix that momentarily here. Okay, here's the correct rubric here. So again, showing your great understanding of the reading, you're comprehending it, you're giving us a great examples in your, in this case, video posts, direct quotes from the different texts, you sound clear and articulate, and you're engaged with others and when you reply to other students' posts. And that's about a 20-point total. Okay, so that's the rubric for the discussions. All right, so I think that really wraps up for my video here. Again, if you have any comments or questions about the expectations for the week, please let me know. And I'm really looking forward to all your comments. I'll be replying to your Flipgrid posts as well from our first week and then obviously later for this week. And we'll have more of a conversation too. All right, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.